Well, welcome to the video version of our weekly announcements where we bring you in on some of the biggest things that are going on in the life of our church that you can be part of as well. So I'm glad to be back here this week. Cabron did a great job last week. Thank you for filling in for me there. But it's good to be back because we have some big things coming up. First of all, the Great Neighborhood Get Together is coming up on Saturday, June 12th from 1 to 4 in the afternoon. It's going to be a great time of getting together, not just as a church family, but as like a whole neighborhood and community with lots of opportunities to give help, get help, and gather together. But in order to make that happen, we have some needs, some ways that you can get involved in this event. So Holly, why don't you tell us about some of those?
Yeah, so first, the one way we would love for people to come to the event. It is just going to be an opportunity for us to engage with our neighbors and get to know them, connect, just understanding what their needs are, their concerns are. It's just, that is our heart and that is what we're praying for, is to being able to build relationships with our neighbors through this event. So that's the first way, is to come, get involved, bring food donations, bring water bottles, find ways to give blood. If you need to get vaccinated, you can do that too, but just finding ways to get involved in the event. But the second way is we need help with setup and tear down. So there are definitely different roles that we have. So we're going to have an information table that people can come to and get information around the event. We will also have a cafe. So I'm super excited about that.
Yeah.
Like, our local restaurants have donated food for us for this event, so we're really excited about that too. And then we're also having live music, so there's going to be a stage and all of that to set up and tear down. So we'd love to have you guys come and help set up in many different ways throughout the event.
Yeah. So that's a whole range, from some more involved things where you might have to come early or maybe like get a little sweaty and carrying some things around, all the way down to just like showing up at the event. Like that is, I want to highlight that as well, because we want to be able to like get to know our neighbors better, and you get to know them better by being there. So that is an important part of this event. So if you're feeling a little limited, that's an option that's available for you as well. Also coming up is our local church conference.
Yes.
So that's coming up rather quickly. It's going to be after the service on the 6th.
June 6th.
Okay, I was going to say, I want to make sure I get that date correct. After the service on June 6th. So after the worship service is done and parents get their kids picked up from Kids Park, we are going to have a potluck where everyone's bringing sandwiches to share. And then if your last name begins with A through L, you're bringing a side or a salad. And then all the other letters in the alphabet, you guys are bringing a dessert to share. And we're hoping that if the weather's nice, then we can set up in the parking lot.
Yes.
So that we can not just enjoy the sunshine, but allow for some social distancing and open air for people that are feeling a little bit more hesitant about gathering in that way. And then we're going to kind of launch into that meeting. Now, for those of us who have not been part of a local church conference before, Holly, can you tell us some of the things that we should expect?
Yeah, so it's really a way for us to look back at the year and see what God has done in our church community and in our church family. But also we look ahead to what's coming next year and what we're hoping to do and what we're believing and praying for God to do in our midst. So that's part of the big vision of the meeting, but we also look at the board and district roles that we vote on, and then we also look at the budget. So those are kind of some of the business meeting components. But we just love to have you come and hear what God's doing in our midst and see what's coming in our church family and in the next year.
Yeah, and we will have childcare available for those of you that would like to stick around but would rather not have a toddler climbing all over you while you're trying to read a report or cast a vote. So that'll be available as well.
Yes. So we're so glad you could join us for the video version of a weekly. So feel free to check out our email weekly with any additional updates and further details. And then also our website has our upcoming events as well. So thanks for joining us. We're glad you're here.